Hey everybody, this is Live Overdrive, and today we are playing, once again, Betrayal at Krondor. This is episode 2. We have just left Lamut, lovely city settled by Sirani, trapped here after the Rift War. And now we're going to continue south, towards Zun, and then Quester's View, Sarth, and eventually our goal of Krondor, the capital of the west of the Kingdom of the Isles, which is our goal to take Garth there to meet Prince Arutha and share the foreboding news that he has, which no doubt we will learn more about when we reach Krondor. But for now, my friends, we need to continue on down south. So we'll head back to the main road. Main roads are brown. I don't think I mentioned this earlier. Main roads are brown, and then these like side gray roads go off to the sides. If we look at the map, you'll see these roads going along, and this is like, it's an open world, but it's not, like your Elder Scrolls ones where, oh, there's these mountains here. You can do your funky jump thing or ride a horse up them. No, it's more like, I think like Pokemon is how I think it, where you've got your routes that are more or less linear paths that go between cities, and they branch, but it's not like a big open area. It's like there's roads you follow, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's how this game is. So wherever there's a road, we can go there, but anywhere else we basically can't, with the exception of the forest, which is a big open area. Anyway. So brown roads are central, and the gray ones go off to the side. Hey! Aha, they agreed to attack. Going over the plan as quickly as possible, Lock-PICK-lear laid out a simple strategy. "We're set then," he said. "Let's just hope our advance is undetected, or our advantage will be lost." That is a little guy. You can't see him because he's a little far away and pixelated. But yes, actually, I think he's behind the tree. That's maybe the big part. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark in case this fight goes poorly, which I don't believe it will, but one never knows. There, you could see him just for a second there. The Moradel warrior shouted in surprise. Charging in, Lock-PICK-lear tried to estimate what his opponent might try to do and how best to react to each possibility. Though they had gained an advantage by catching him off guard, the outcome of the battle was far from decided. Okay, so something happened here mechanically. Because I clicked on him and they agreed to attack, we attempted to set up an ambush, and we succeeded. Having a good stealth ability, I believe, makes that a more likely outcome. So that is why I want to train stealth in Garth. I believe I mentioned that last episode. If not, I'm mentioning it now. We're trying to train stealth in Garth because I think it only matters the best stealth in the party. That's true for most skills like lockpicking and whatnot. Whoever is the best in the party is going to do them, and it's okay if everybody else is bad at it. Which doesn't really make sense for stealth, but I appreciate it because otherwise you just all need to have it. Anyway, this is combat. It's this kind of 3D isometric, it's 2D, it's a 2D grid. What is this? Isometric tactical combat, and we each take turns, and in your turn you can move and you can either move and attack, or you can, in the case of Owen, where he's a mage, you can cast. So that's what we're going to do. And Owen starts with this wonderful spell called Despair Thy Eyes. And the text reads that it blinds a target for a short time. What that actually translates to is it stuns him for 2 turns. Which is pretty convenient. I'm realizing now I have the sound effects turned off. I'll have to turn those on after this fight, but I can't do it in the middle of combat, sadly. Alright, so he is stunned for 2 turns. We're going to have our slashy boys, Lock-PICK-lear and now Garth, approach him. Owen can simply rest for a turn. And now we're going to attack. We got a hit from Lockie, miss from Garth, no good. 2 turns are over, so we're going to cast Despair Thy Eyes again. Let's keep this guy from acting at all. Gotta suck for him. He just gets surprised and then gets stunned until he falls to the ground, probably. Garth cannot hit. Man, he's having a hard time. Time for another Spare Thy Eyes, I think. Ah, I wish I'd remembered to turn this down. There he is. The battle was won. Search the body for supplies, Lock-PICK-lear suggested, and then amended, but make it quick. If there are more waiting out there, let's not be here when they return. And that's just what we're going to do. However, we're going to do that after I go into preferences and turn the sound back on. There we go. Oh, you hear those wonderful button presses. Owen checked the corpse. No sense... what was Owen's voice? It was like a... no sense being squeamish, he said, rifling through a rucksack which laid next to the body. Supplies are supplies, wherever you find them. This fellow won't be needing them anymore. Alright, so we've got some armor that I believe is considerably better condition than what, Garth is wearing, so we'll swap that out. Then we've got a sword that's in worse shape than what we have right now. That's okay, we can still sell it. And just some straight up money. I'll take it. Something to note is not every store will buy every item. So you have to, there's like weapon shops and there's gem shops, there's magic shops and things like that. And some buy more than others and some buy less than others. Lamut actually will buy most like weapons and armor, which is handy. We may have to trek back there a few times in our journey south just so that we can sell our spoils from combat. And get ourselves, a little money, because money goes a long way in this game. At least when you're planning on grinding and cheesing stats to make your guys as powerful as possible, which I do. There are certain items you can buy to train things, and there's other things we can use money for later on that will become evident as we get to them, I guess. Not making a lot of sense, but I'm trying not to spoil too much. Even though I have played this game before, I don't know that you have, so I will keep to myself what I don't need to share. Alright, so we've gone down this side path and approached what looks like a cave. So let's go ahead and check it out. A sulphurous stench was in the wind. This must be the Macmordain Cadal, Lock-PICK-lear said, his eyes glazing as he lost himself in thought. I knew that it was somewhere close. As I recall, Mac is dwarven for mine, or cave, or something like that. Now, considering the dwarves are no friends of the Moradel, they might be of some assistance to us, assuming they don't take exception to Garth here. Do we investigate, or no? Yes, we do. The tunnels were damp, though the silver-seamed earthen roof which stretched over their heads was tall enough that they didn't have to crouch. Lock-PICK-lear felt hemmed in by the shaft. He was privately thankful the dwarves were larger than they were often given credit for in the legends. It's just a little nod to the fact that dwarves in Mid-Camia apparently are actually not that small. Shorter than humans, but not that much shorter. Anyway, this is a cave. It is dark, but not that dark. I do have torches. I guess I'll light them, for no other reason than I don't think it's very much fun as a viewer to not be able to see too well, and I don't know how well the the darkness will translate to YouTube's compression. So as long as we got torches, I'll use them. If I run out, it might get dark. Also, there's torches in the sconces in this wall, but I guess they just don't throw much light. Anyway. Ooh, a sound effect. Sparks rocketed down the corridor, slamming Owen flat against the mineshaft walls. Lock-PICK-lear narrowly leapt for cover himself as something skidded along the rocky floor. Abruptly, the glowing cone of fire winked out of existence as it collided with an unseen wall. After several long heartbeats, the seigneur peeled himself away from the wall, just in time to meet the gaze of a short tree stump of a man. Natterban Doc, who everybody says looks like Ben Stiller, and I gotta agree. I want to believe that this was a bit part that Ben Stiller did in 1992. Bloody awful hammer, you'd best have a demon in your bones. You've come to take a whack at killing the beastie, have you not? You have come to take a whack at killing the beastie, have you not? Beastie? Beastie, aye. Half a week ago we heard some fierce baying in the mine. Terrible cold, like. Of course the dwarf knows the sound an instant whether he's heard it before or not. Brak-Nurr. Curse every hole delver since the first dwarves took up hammers. Curse of every hole delver since the dwarves oh my. It's written only slightly in a dialect, but I'm tripping over my words here. Curse of every hole delver since first dwarves took up hammers. I've never heard of them. No one has in quite a while, laddie. There hasn't been a Brak-Nurr in the upper mines for a well on since DeLong the Great laid claim to the kingdom of the Isles. We thought we'd laid low the lot of them, but the kobolds are stirring them up in their quest. The kobolds? Your folk call them gnomes. They used to worship a dragon what lived down here, but when the dragon disappeared, they thought the dwarven folk hid him away. Every now and again their leader Fadir takes a notion to undertake a holy quest to find him. This time they must have woke up a clutch of Brak-Nurr. Now the Nurr have collapsed the main passage and killed 30 of our kin. We've a reward to whomever can do it in, if you're of a mind and have the spirit, that is. Which we do. We're gonna kill that Brak-Nurr. If we can. Let's ask about it, shall we? I'm not saying we're interested in killing your Brak-Nurr, but if we were looking for it, what would it be like? Half again your height and made of stone, like living rock they are. From out their nostrils they breathe a green mist, but I'd be wary of getting too close to look, for they'll drop a boulder on your head, sure enough. We've already had a few bravos that's come in to try a hand at killing the beastie, but there's not much they've been able to do themselves, beyond get themselves so mangled and they needed the help of a temple. I'd be as wary of them, though, as I would of the beastie. They, none of them, want else than to claim that gold that we've offered to the creature's slayer. So he's warning us that there's going to be some other dudes down here trying to fight the Brak-Nurr that we're going to try and fight us. Good to know. Temples. The way things have been going for us recently, perhaps we would do well to seek a little help at the temples as well. What are the closest ones? We dwarves don't much dawdle outside of the Grey Towers or Stone Mountain, but as I ken, there's a temple at Killian betwixt Zun and Hawk's Hollow, which is the direction we're going, I believe. I think there also might be a temple of Ishap here close, but I can't recall exact where that would be. Alright, we can ask about armor repair because of the fellow at the Blue Wheel told us the dwarves might be able to do some repair. The barkeeper at the Blue Wheel Inn in Lamut suggested you might be able to repair our armor. If we weren't digging ourselves out of this pretty mess, aye, we could do something for you, but we're all tied up to a man. Pardon my saying so, but we've problems a bit more pressing than dealing with dented armor. You might have tried the hermit that lives near Ox Hollow. He's gained something of a reputation for himself over the past few years. Alright, well, I guess we can ask about repairing swords, too. If you can't repair our armor, do you at least think you could do something about our swords? I hate to be difficult, but we're really in a crucial situation. Are you deaf, laddie? I told you afore we haven't the time to go repairing things at the moment. We're in a crucial situation ourselves, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, Lock-PICK-lear's being a little rude here, I'm not gonna lie. We would be willing to pay you. I'm sure you would, just sure as I know the dwarves below would be willing to pay you to get out from under the rock. It's a question of time. Time! Ah, look, if I show you a trick to sharpening your swords, will you promise not to be bothering anybody else in the mine? I think I can turn an handful of sovereigns to advantage in Lamut and hire a few strong backs. You have my word of honor. That shall have to do. I'll teach you a quick little about weapon crafting, but I'd expect a fee of 50 sovereigns for my trouble. Do we have a deal? Yes, but not right now because we don't have enough money. But we'll be back to, we want to get all the training we can. He's going to teach us some weapon crafting. And that is something that we are going to do, but not right now. Okay, so we can continue on into this place. It sounds like we're gonna run into some like mercenary types or treasure hunter, not bounty hunters. That would be the word. As well as hopefully the Brak-Nurr. I say hopefully, I mean assuming we can take it out, which I do believe we'll be able to, because Owen has Despair Thy Eyes, well, which I think we can just use to stun lock him for the entire battle, so we should be okay. And that's the power of magic in Mid-Kemia. Alright, so we found ourselves a dead end, now we're searching the other direction. We've come to a door. I'm gonna save. Let's check it out. Owen tried the door. It's locked tight, he said. Think we should take a shot at opening it up? Yes, I do. Let's see if we can pick it first. Looks like it's beyond Lock-PICK-lear. Lock-PICK-lear shook his head. Lock-maker knew what he was doing, he said. It's beyond my ability. I can't open it. Alright, we'll see if this key works. Lock-PICK-lear tried the key. No good, it doesn't fit, he said. We'll have to try the key or else try to pick it. Well, we already know we can't pick it, Lock-PICK-lear, so... Alright, I guess we just can't go that way right now. Bummer. Well, that leaves us only one direction to go then, and that is going to be to our left when we get to this four-way intersection, which is going to be straight with regards to the way that we came in. So, let's pull up the map. Yeah, so it's, we came in over here, and we're just going to go that way, so. So far, not a confusing maze. Always love it when it's not a confusing maze. Okay, we got a right turn. Oh, and some guys. Let's see if we can surprise them, shall we? They agreed to attack. Going over the... Okay, we've seen this before. The enemy was not surprised. I don't recall having given you permission to be here. A large bull-necked man stalked toward them, his fists curled before him. Turn around. We don't want any trouble, we're simply passing through, Lock-PICK-lear replied. Immediately the man turned and snapped his fingers, and moments later, the battle was joined. Alright. And they're gonna go first. And they go right into Owen's face. That is the worst possible way for the combat to start. The only thing worse would be if he had then actually hit his attack, but point of order. Can't remember if I mentioned this in the last fight or not, but with spellcasters such as Owen, if somebody is in their face, adjacent to them, they cannot cast. In like Pathfinder and I think D&D, it's similarly you could do your cast defensively, but not in this game. The only option is, well, there's a couple of items that you could use, but I don't have them. So Owen is gonna just run away. And we're gonna see if we can distract this guy by attacking him with Lock-PICK-lear and Garth. He's not having it though. That's okay. Owen can play the runaway game, and these two can do their best to take out the other guy. We'll just have to hope and pray that Owen doesn't get killed in the meantime. I don't really know how the aggro system works in this game. If it's just random, or if they go based on who they think the biggest threat is. I'm not really sure. Maybe as these guys start to do damage, he'll switch his attention. I'm not counting on it, but maybe. Alright, good job, Lock-PICK-lear. Man, nice kill, Garth. That's fantastic. Alright, I think we're gonna be okay now. We get these two in this guy's face, he might leave Owen alone. No, he's not having it. That's fine, Owen will keep running. I think as long as Owen keeps him at the furthest movement, the guy can't attack. Because I think if you go to the end of your movement, you can't attack. But anything within the end of your movement, you can also attack. That seems to be the case. Not entirely sure just yet. Garth can't even make it to the guy right now, sadly. But maybe we can block him getting to Owen. Yes, sort of. It'd be so much easier to kill this guy if Owen could just get one spell off. We could stun lock him, but we're not completely OP with that spell, as you can see right now. Alright, good hit, good hit. Garth is a little bit slower than James, and I think, sorry, not James, Lock-PICK-lear. I think I think Owen and Gorth might actually be the same speed. Oh, hey, we can cast. Thank goodness. Alright, let's go ahead and get a Despair Thy Eyes on here. There we go. And that's gonna be it, because he's gonna be... Well, if we can hit. Alright, Owen can recover for a turn. There we go. Got them both. The battle was won. Search the bodies. They may have valuable supplies, Lock-PICK-lear suggested, then amended. Oh, we've read this one before. We don't need to be reading that every single time. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot more combats in this game. Owen looked for supplies. Feeling a bit like a vulture, he turned the body this way and that and searched for anything that might be of use to them on their journey. All in all, he supposed that if he were a dead man, it wouldn't matter to him any longer what happened to his belongings. Okay, a new sword. Alright, this is a Moradel Lamprey. As a universal weapon, the Moradel Lamprey was poor. Imperfect balance, weight wedded with the weapon's unwieldy weight made it classically difficult to control in close quarters and challenging for the shorter-limbed kingdom soldiers to use. So it doesn't sound real good based on the description, but that's fine. I give it to Gorth because you'll notice it has racial more info. Alright, thrust, base damage is 3 plus strength. I think the broadsword, well, let's look at the broadsword first. Broadsword, base damage is 0, swing is 7, accuracy is 10, and negative 5. Versus the Moradel Lamprey, just 3 and 15, so it does more damage. The accuracy is lower on the thrust, and the swing I think is the same, but it has this racial mod elf, so I think it's probably, if we give it to Gorth, the accuracy I'm thinking will probably be a wash, or something like it, and it's going to do more damage, so we'll give it a try at least. How is Lockie's sword doing? It's okay. His armor's kind of crap, though. I'm going to give him this 45. There we go. Alright. And then the other fellow is another lamprey. Okay. I'm gonna give it to... I'm gonna give one to Lock-PICK-lear as well. And we'll just see if that works. And then he's gonna use this better armor, too. And Owen's got good armor. That's good, because as you saw in that last combat, it's bad if Owen gets hurt. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last one or not. Probably not, because we didn't do much spellcasting. Spellcasting in this game costs health, essentially. First consumes your stamina and then your health points, which is an interesting dynamic, because it means, yeah, you don't want your spellcasters to get injured because you don't want them to die, but also because that is actually their magic pool. And this works when you're fighting spellcasters too. If you injure a spellcaster, that's health they can't use to hurt you with, which is cool. And if they're wailing on you with spells, the one advantage there is that you know that their health is reduced, so if you can just land one hit on them, they're probably done for. So I've noticed that before even. Sometimes they'll use so much magic on you that they will then run away because their health has been reduced far enough to trip the runaway tactics. Which is just a good fun time. Okay. We have entered a room. There was a chest on the other side. Those of you panicking, thinking I missed it, I did not, but I'm just checking the perimeter to see if there's any other exits, which I don't think there are. Nope. Just the one. So this is a dead end, but there is a chest. Let's check it out. Go ahead and save. Box's lid refused to budge. It appears to be locked, Gorth said. Should we try to open it? I haven't quite figured out Gorth's voice yet. Kind of gruff, I guess. It appears to be locked, Gorth said. Shall we try to open it? Yeah, that's alright. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to use Scent of Sarag to make sure it's not trapped first. Very important. Gorth grabbed Lock-PICK-lear's shoulder. Owen grabbed Lock-PICK-lear's shoulder. Startled by the sudden movement, Lock-PICK-lear halted and gazed up at his companion. What's wrong? The chest, Owen replied. Give me a moment. Concentrating his thoughts, another scene overlaid the one already before him. Different only in the fact that it included a man kneeling before the box, a skin of naphtha in his hand. It's trapped, Owen replied, dazed by the effect of the spell. Someone's rigged it to explode the moment the lid is lifted. Shall we try to deactivate it? We'll give it a try. We'll see if Lock-PICK-lear's lockpicking is good enough. It exploded. Something clicked, and suddenly the box detonated into flames, hurtling splinters. Owen's head swam. I don't feel well, he gasped, clasping a hand over his blood-drenched side. My wounds may be mortal. I'll need attention from a temple soon. How bad is it? Oh, okay. Owen's just straight up dead. 0 health, 0 stamina. Gorath lost all of his stamina. Lock-PICK-lear lost all of his stamina and most of his health. I'm not even gonna look in the chest. We're gonna reload because it's not worth it. There's a reason I saved before this. Trapped chests are, you just can't afford to screw them up. So you gotta scum it. So you gotta save scum it. But that's okay. If we get our lockpick up, maybe we'll come back and open that chest another time. Alright. Continuing back the way we came. Don't remember what our situation... Okay, so we can turn right up here. And that will... I think it was right. Well, let me just make sure, because now I'm not so sure. Yep, alright. So we can head down this corridor, and this is the only unexplored way thus far, except for the door we couldn't open. I don't know if that's going to be later game stuff or what. Oh, our torch went out. And see, you can still see, but it is unpleasantly dark. We have one more torch, so we'll use it. Hope for the best. Oh, we got another chest. Save the game. Box's lid refused to budge. Okay, so do we want to open it? Nope, we're going to use Scent of Sarag again. To make sure. And it's safe. Good deal. Alright, so let's see if Lock-PICK-lear can pick it. Lock was simple. As the old saying goes, locks are for children and fools, Lock-PICK-lear said. After a few seconds, he flipped the pick locks in the air and caught them again. I am no fool. I know I read that one already, but it's just so great. He's just so cool. And we got some money. Alright, I'll take it. Not quite enough. We don't have the 50 we need to train our skills with Ben Stiller at the entrance to the cave, but soon. Maybe if we find more money, we'll be able to do it. And actually, this brings up an interesting point, because you'll notice this this chest, we can pick it over and over again, in fact. And that could happen. Lock-PICK-lear's lockpick ability can go up. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording right now, and I'm going to grind this a little bit, because there's chests and things that we're going to encounter later that we just might, if it's not high enough, you just can't open them. And I want my guys to be overpowered. I've said that already. So sometimes that means grinding. Does it feel cheap? Am I sort of apologizing and begging for forgiveness right now? A little bit, but you know, it's alright. I've played the game before. We're gonna have fun with it this time. So I'm gonna pause the recording, and we'll see if we can take, and in just a matter of seconds, you'll see Lock-PICK-lear's lockpick ability go from the 26 it's currently at to 80%. Not bad. I could probably go further, but it started to slow down a lot. I actually didn't have to do that very long, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20. And yeah, I probably could have taken it to 100, but I know for a fact there are at least, I want to say at least 2 trainers that will train you, so I don't need to waste my time any longer. So yeah, so Lock-PICK-lear is pretty good at unlocking stuff right now, which is good to know, because now I think maybe if we backtrack a little, we can remove, what do you want to call it, disable the trap on the chest up here. Oops, looks like we need to sleep. We'll do that. I unfortunately am out of torches now, so hopefully we'll find more on people. But alright, let's give this chest a try now that Lock-PICK-lear is a really fantastic lock picker. Appears to be locked. No, we need to use Scent of Serix so that we know to disable the trap. Okay, it's trapped, Owen replied. Someone's rigged it to explode the moment the lid is lifted. Should we try to deactivate it? Yes. The trap was deactivated. Lock-PICK-lear breathed a sigh of relief and gently lifted the lid of the box. Nice. Cheesing works, people. 57 gold pieces and 97 silver pieces. That and a shovel. That is enough to pay Ben Stiller to train us. No, and Lock-PICK-lear got better at lockpicking, putting him at 81. Not bad, I'll take it. Alright, well now, when we leave the cave, we can pay Ben Stiller to train our weapon craft, which is great. Alright, so I think we go to the end of this hallway and then turn right. And then we can get back to the chest that we cheesed. Alright, and now we can go left or right, so let's start with left. Because I always do. Oh, there's some dudes right there. Go ahead and drop a bookmark. Let's see if we can't surprise them. A lot easier. Oh god, there's 4 of them? Their opponents were surprised. Yes! That's good. The leader of the small mob screamed orders at his companions, a mix of fear and anger apparent in his voice. Seizing the first strike opportunity, Lock-PICK-lear barked several quick orders, and the battle was joined. Alright. Owen gets to go first. So this fellow, you can barely see in the dark, but he has yellow tights. The other guys have white tights. The yellow means he's a spellcaster. Not the color yellow. It's not like Owen is wearing yellow and he's wearing yellow and that means they're spellcasters, although... No. Wait. Oh my gosh, is that actually how it works? You know what, we're gonna find out moving forward, but I think that actually might be the case. That yellow means spellcaster. Wow. 30 years and I'm still learning stuff. Alright, well, we're gonna just spare his eyes because magic is no joke. That may not have been necessary because Lock-PICK-lear could get in his face anyway. But that's okay, we'll do it anyway. And Owen's already got 2 guys on him. Fortunately, they missed him. I forgot to turn the sound back on. I turned the sound off earlier because it makes the animations go faster for the grinding that I was doing, which is also why I had them disabled at the beginning. Full disclosure, this is the second time that I've recorded this episode, although I quit. We're actually all caught up to where I got because I realized halfway through that OBS had been recording my Steam window instead of the game. So, but now we're all caught up. It's okay, I got a chance to rehearse my lines. It was great. My completely improvised lines. Anyway, you get it. Alright, let's bring down this caster if we can, and then we'll get to the other guys. Oh, I did not mean to attack him with Owen, but hey, nice job, Owen, you did some damage. Alright, and their caster's dead. That is very good. And now we can get Owen out of range. And he can start, doing some magic. Ah, no! I thought he was going to keep going for Lock-PICK-lear, but, that was not to be. Is this... Okay, that's not Lock-PICK-lear, so we're gonna go over here. If I press G, yeah, it pulls up the grids. That's helpful for targeting. Alright, Locky. Let's bring this dude down. Oh man, I really wish Owen could get just one spell off here. I suppose I could just start swinging. As long as I'm running away, I may as well be attacking. Oh, sweet. Alright, we're out of range. Just spare that dude's eyes, because he's been bugging me. attack him with Lock-PICK-lear. Honestly, splitting their attacks is not the best idea. It's better to focus fire, so I guess we'll do that. Was that 1 damage that he just did? That is very low. Alright. Gorth. So it's about 50% accuracy for 28 damage on a thrust. And it's 37% accuracy for 40 damage on a swing. I think, if I'm, well, quick maths, I think it's technically more effective to swing here because your expected value is going to be a little higher. I think. We're going to try a swing is what I'm trying to say. And it failed. That's okay. Let's despair his eyes. And another swing. Oh, come on, Gorth. You can land one of these. More despairing of eyes. Only costs 2 health, which is pretty good. Ah, if my guys could just land a hit. Okay, that was like 21. That's not so bad. It's just, for whatever reason, the color was not really showing up against this dude's head. There we go. Alright, there's only one guy left now. And I don't think he'll be long for this world. We're gonna try and stun him again. You know, I think this is failing. I don't know what determines whether it succeeds or fails. There's no, like, willpower stat or anything that would determine your resistance. But some people, sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know. Alright, search the bodies. Yes, we will do that. And then we're probably gonna rest, because Owen is a little beat up. Alright. We got some gold. Nice, I'll take it. How is our armor? That armor is better than Gorth's, so we'll swap it out. And we'll pick up a sword, why not? I'm dreading the time that we run out of inventory space and I have to start prioritizing things. Okay, this, the Dragonstone, as if some magic within the Azure Stone was awakened by Lock-PICK-lear's touch. A dark fluid began to spill through the crack in this artifact's mottled surface and down the length of his arm. Where droplets contacted cloth, they shied, but touched to smooth metal. It infused itself and disappeared. There's a series of items in this game that you can apply to weapons and armor, respectively. This one is applied to armor, and it so there's different armor, different items that will apply damage effects to weapons, like fire and ice and things, and that'll last one battle. And then there's countering items that will prevent that damage, and I believe this one prevents ice damage? Something like that. They're very niche use, and as far as I know, enemies don't hardly ever use those damage types. Every now and then, somebody will have like a fire sword. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna sell that thing. Because it's just not gonna be useful. Yeah. Oh, we got a new key. Gilder's Passkey. Gorth wiped a bit of dirt off the key. Made from sterling silver, the Gilder's Passkey was a stunning piece of craftswork. It seemed profane such beautiful work was being wasted on simple tools. Odd that a Gilder's Passkey would be sterling silver, because doesn't Gilders literally mean like gold worker? Not silver, I don't know. Deep thoughts here. Okay, we got 73, 77, 87, that's pretty good. Run out of space, okay. Owen's got plenty of room, we'll give it to Owen. And we'll swap that out. 73, alright, we're gonna give Lock-PICK-lear the 80%. Wish I could remember how much Standard Kingdom armor sells for. I believe it's less than the swords, so I don't think it's really worth our inventory space to hold on to it too much, but we'll see. Okay, we got another herbal pack, which is great because Owen's kind of banged up, and I think we're gonna want to rest here. Honestly, these guys are all looking a little crappy. Lock-PICK-lear could use... No, we'll just cancel heal. Yeah, they're fine. That wasn't so bad. Alright, I think I looted everyone? It seemed like there were that many dudes, but... Were there only 4 to begin with? I guess so. Alright, well that's fine. We'll go ahead and save. I do that just constantly. Just like in original Half-Life or Half-Life 2, just constantly hitting F5 to quick save. All the time. Continuing down these dark corridors, we have a door. I wonder if this is the one from before. Nope, it's one we haven't seen before. Alright. Well, I bet we can pick the lock if it is locked. Which, it's not, actually. So, that's convenient. It's a big room. That's got me a little nervous. Doesn't really look like there's anything in here, actually. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna check it out, but it seems kind of empty. Huh. Alright. And yeah, I don't see anything on the ground either. No chests, nothing. Just an empty room. Okay. Maybe it's, you know, there was a vein of ore there. They chopped it all out, and that was that. Alright, so that's the chest that we did the grinding on, and now this is new territory, so... I really hope that this shows up in the YouTube video. It is very dark, but I can see it. Alright, we got another chest. Lock-PICK-lear gritted his teeth. While they agreed the box should be opened, he was privately concerned that the previous user might have left behind an unpleasant surprise. That's the text for this box is not locked or trapped or anything, and it just opens up. Hey, herbal pack. Love it. Herbal packs are the best. They let you heal without using too much food. Okay, we got a left and we got a right. Neither one has visible baddies, so we'll go the long way here. That's not a door, is it? No, just rock. Okay. I'm getting a little nervous. I feel like we're gonna run into something. It's been a little while. There's something there. Oh, shit. That's the Brak-Nurr, isn't it? That's totally it. Alright. Oh, no. We didn't get a chance to attack it either, or to surprise it either. The ground shook. Startled, Lock-PICK-lear braced himself against the earthen wall of the mine, his wide eyes fixed on the titanic creature that lumbered toward them. The Brak-Nurr, glancing over his shoulder at Gorth, Lock-PICK-lear sighed. This is gonna be harder than I thought. That's a really big sprite. It's really big. I wonder if this one, you know, looking at it, so this is actually the, I had never seen the Brak-Nurr before until watching, the Let's Play that I'm just finishing up watching on YouTube by effing Controller, and then I did just fight it myself like just a couple of weeks ago, but this is the first time I ever saw it. It was always this mysterious thing that we just assumed, oh, that's way too low level for that. But no, actually, I don't know if you're meant to fight it right away, but you certainly can fight it right away. And so it's cool to see it. It's almost achieved legendary status in my mind, because I remember reading about it as a kid, and then I never saw it, never ever, until 30 years, well, okay, 25 years later. Yeah, I was saying, I mean, you know, like all of these character sprites are like digitized photos, right? They dressed up people, maybe programmers, I don't know, in costumes and did photos, kind of like Mortal Kombat or whatever. But this one, it could be drawn, or maybe they put a dude in a morph suit, person in a morph suit. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Low-res sprites. Anyway, we're gonna use Old Reliable here and despair thy eyes. I still forgot to turn the sound effects on. Damn, alright. So he should be stunned for a couple of turns. Giving our boys Time to miss him. Alright, 17 damage, 24 damage. And that's due for another Despair Thy Eyes. Not sure this thing has eyes, if I'm perfectly honest, but seems to be working. Oh, and you can take a rest. 17 damage and a miss. Alright. Top him up with the Despair of the Eyes. Make with the blinding. Ah, miss. 24. Nice. Good hit, Garth. Oh, and a little rest. 17 damage. Let's do a swing. I'm feeling lucky. Oh, nice. 33 damage. Good hit, Garth. I'm proud of you. Garth is a beast. He really is. Oh, yes. The battle was won. Search the body for supplies. Lock-PICK-lear suggests. Okay, we've seen that. We haven't seen this, though. Lock-PICK-lear slid away from the dead Brak-Nurr. His tongue felt thick and adhesive, a bitter, chalky taste lingering in his mouth and nostrils. He hadn't expected the creature to emit a strange little cloud when it died, but he was glad the battle was finally over. Wanting air, Lock-PICK-lear turned and nearly stumbled over a small, grinning dwarf. You've done it. I heard the conflagration down the shaft, but I had no idea what was happening. Congratulations. Right now, I think we could all just use a rest. A rest you'll have, and you'll be needing it. You'll have to have your strength to be carrying about all the gold and rewards. Well done. Dwarf handed Lock-PICK-lear a pouch of gold coins, then disappeared down the damp shaft of the mine. Garth's accuracy melee ability has increased. Fantastic. Glad to hear it, Garth. How much money did he give us? We had about 100 gold. Oops, that's the wrong button, but cool. Oh, and still healing. Wonderful. 269, so he gave us like 150 gold. That's pretty good. That's very good. All right, cool. So we'll be able to buy his training on the way out, which is nice. And, we're gonna loot. Looks like these must be the bodies of people who came in to try and kill Brak-Nurr. We got spoiled rations. Hey, torches. Oh, Garth can't carry him. Owen can. We'll let him up. There we go. Now we can see. I'm gonna guess the Brak-Nurr's not carrying anything, but we'll check. Yeah, nothing. It'd be nice if he had like a gemstone or something, like powering his body or whatever. I don't know if they're like biological creatures or if it's kind of like a golem or what, but we got a chest. Let's see what's up. Nope. Alright. Scent of Sarag. Safe chest. Good deal. Alright. Lock-PICK-lear shouldn't be any problem for you. Nice job. Another key. There's some kind of irony there, I think. And a rope. That'll come in useful later. And some healing potions. Nice. The healing potions are called... I think just restoratives. That's what it's called. The potions all have fun names. And we got a path that continues this way. Someone had shouted, hurrying down the corridor to see what was the cause of the commotion. Lock-PICK-lear was halted by an angry-looking dwarf. No further, lad, the dwarf drawled. I don't care what Natter may or may not have told you about what is going on down here. We've had enough to do to clear about this mess without your interfering. Now go back the way you come and let us get to our work. When the dwarf couldn't be reasoned with, Lock-PICK-lear loped down the corridor. You shouldn't try and reason with the dwarf. You gave Natter your word that you wouldn't bother anybody else if he would just teach you something. I guess he hasn't taught us yet, though, so you're not technically going against your word, are you? Okay, Okay, there is one more direction we haven't gone, and that's straight after we round this corner, so... Go this way. I have a feeling it's gonna be like a dead end right here. Nope. In fact, we're forking. Who'd have thought? Is this a dead end? Nope. Man, I cannot call him tonight, that's for sure. Surely this is a dead end, though. No, of course not. Oh, it's some dudes. Alright, let's get it on. Their opponents were surprised. Heck yes. We've read that text already, so we don't need to. Oh, there's 4 of them, but we get to go first. That's good. I'm gonna drop a... So I can lock 2 of these guys at once. I'm gonna do this guy in the middle because he's probably gonna go for Owen. And then... let's send them both after that dude, because I don't like the way he's looking at Owen either. Yep. Called it. Alright, well, we'll play the runaway game. Meanwhile, we'll see if we can distract this guy with both the combined power of James and Gorth. Lock-PICK-lear and Gorth, my bad. If you're wondering who James is, well, you'll might find out later. Who can say? There's really not a good place for Owen to go right now where he's not going to get attacked, so I'm actually just going to have him defend. Gorth is going to have to... I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And I forgot to enable the sound again. Dang it. No sword swings. Alright, 1 guy down. That's helpful. Alright, that guy is hurting. Again, so is our good friend Owen Belafort. Poor guy. Oh jeez, that was a hard hit. Alright, Owen, just defend. Come on, you guys, can't you hit? Surely you can hit. Come on, just 1 hit? Can we just have 1 hit? Dear. Alright, Owen, defend. Defending is actually pretty effective, it seems. Alright. Swing is 54% accuracy. That's pretty good, Lock-PICK-lear. Let's see if you can do it. Nah, miss. Gorth's accuracy is not very good. I recall that from the early game. I think it's just not good. I actually meant to defend with that one. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. Did not. Good. We just killed this guy. Things would be okay. We were having a hell of a time even hitting him. Keep defending, Owen. That's working for you. There we go. Alright. On to this fool. Let's see if we can bring him down. Oh, there we go. Okay. Owen probably should be resting instead of despairing in this guy's eyes, but I think we can risk 2 hit points. Now give him a chance to recover a little bit. You can cheese healing in combat a little bit because you recover health quite fast. And if you get into a situation where nobody's dealing damage, you can just recover your guys, which might do a little bit of here. Because this guy's not doing a very good job of hitting. Actually, all my guys are under their stamina, so they're not at their optimal. Alright, now these 2 are, which means they're going to be hitting just as well as always. But let's get him a little higher. This dude is really bad and cannot hit, which I appreciate in an enemy. That's a quality I look for in an enemy. The inability to hit my dudes. Okay, I think that'll do it. Now that he's hit me, it's time to bring him down. Owen, why don't you just spare this guy's eyes? We don't need him. We don't need to listen to this guy's nonsense. There we go. He was alive, unsure whether it was a skill or luck that had won them the fight. Lock-PICK-lear set aside his weapon. I think it was luck this time, though he had allowed his dead opponent a wide berth while he checked on Gorth's welfare. He needed no further excitement for the day. My voice is getting a little dry here. I think we're just about done for the episode, so that ought to be alright. Our party's abilities have increased. It'll tell you Lock-PICK-lear's defense has increased if the only ability that has increased is defense, and the only person who's increased is Lock-PICK-lear. If any more than one person, it'll say the party, and if any more than one ability, it'll say abilities. And if you don't right-click to look at them, like the next time something increases, it'll take them all into account. So that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but important thing is that his defense and accuracy melee has gone up. Owen's defense has gone up, that's good. And Gorath's just hanging out. Well, that's fine. We love you anyway, Gorath. Alright, let's loot these guys and then let's check out this chest. We've got gold. Always love gold. Big fan of gold. Shoot, we're running out of space. Oh, it was Owen who didn't have... Ah, man. Alright, let's ditch that armor. Let's grab that armor. Let's give Owen a sword, because... Well, he can't use it, but he can hold it. Oh, apparently I clicked on the chest. That's fine. This is a new game element. Let's have some fun here. Rough in its construction and banded with iron, the Moradel box would be impossible to open without solving its word lock. Judging by the mark on the face of the chest, others had learned that lesson after much difficulty. Gorath scanned the runes embossed on the Moradel clue plate, its text their only hope of opening the difficult word lock. So it's like a riddle lock, and it's in Moradel, so most people wouldn't be able to read this, but because Gorath is Moradel, he can read it. I think the implication is that this is more of a spirit of the riddle rather than literally what it is, because of course if it's in a different language, wordplay is not going to work quite the same way, and spelling of words is not going to work quite the same way. And maybe the designers didn't think that far ahead, but I like to think they did. Alright, 2 legs it has, and this will confound only at rest do they touch the ground. I actually know this one from recent playthroughs and or watching a walkthrough. It is a barrow, which truthfully is not what I would call a wheelbarrow, but I think that's what they're talking to. When I think barrow, I think like the Barrow Downs from The Lord of the Rings, which I think is like a tomb? Not sure. Anyway, the chest thumped. Satisfied the magical locks had released, Lock-PICK-lear tipped open the large wooden lid. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, okay. Ring of Krondor. Ring of Krondor, uses left 2. On many occasions, Gorath had seen similar rings, used by visiting magicians to cast spells to lighten darkened rooms. While he couldn't be certain by appearances alone, the ring he held was of the same purpose. The reference to the god of light on fire on its name seemed to be a good indicator. Krondor, god of light and fire. So this is essentially a torch, but better. It lasts basically a full day, and I think it automatically extinguishes itself when light gets bright enough. And maybe that preserves its duration? I'm not sure. More rope. Eventually you'll see what that's for. I won't spoil it. Dalatail milk. Hawked at fairs and trading meats by the Brotherhood of the Shield of Dala. Dalatail milk was really nothing more than a simple spring water, albeit a spring water blessed by a priest of the Defender goddess. It was reputed to increase one's ability to defend oneself during combat. Temporary use to buff your defense. We'll probably give that to Owen. 166 silver, 16 gold. Not bad. We'll take it. Didn't mean to open that chest. Meant to search this dude. Oh, no. The clicking accuracy, the hitboxes on the things that you click are not the best. Okay, maybe if I go all the way over here. Ah, jeez. Alright. We may not be able to search all these guys, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, another Mortal Lamprey, and fine, a whetstone. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Some more silver. A whetstone, that is, so when we're talking about weapon craft, that's what it's for. This lets you maintain the edges on your weapons. We've got 2 uses left, we'll use them now. Goroth is currently our best at weaponcraft at 52. That will change shortly, but I'm going to use this now anyway because whetstones are not uncommon. I will... Alright, so basically you use it and it increases the percentage there remaining. I can give this sword to Lock-PICK-lear and it'll automatically swap them, which is a really handy shorthand for doing this because I want Goroth to do them both right now. Alright, now they're both pretty high. So, yeah, that's good. And I wouldn't be surprised... Oh, no. Didn't increase his armor craft. Okay, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to turn sound back on. Nice. Alright. We'll see if I can loot these other guys. If I can, it's not the end of the world. They're just carrying, you know, junk. I spoke too soon. We got a crossbow here. So we'll give that to Goroth. And we'll give him the quarrels, too. And another whetstone. Excellent. This is clerical oilcloth. Distributed once a year from the Temple of Tith, oilcloths were often resold by the poor to anyone who would buy the oil, which was soaked into the fiber, had numerous qualities, though it's best known for its magical effects when smeared on edged weapons or on armor. I guess this works on both armor or weapons. Not entirely sure what it does. I don't use a lot of these single-use things ever. I don't really think anybody does, to be perfectly honest. But oh well. I can sell them. Oh yeah, I wasn't going to try and take the armor, just the sword. I think I'm going to start dropping armor here pretty soon. Another whetstone. Ah, no. No! I give this to Lock-PICK-lear? Alright. I am going to go ahead and focus on his weapon craft, and we are gonna... this is pretty low. We'll just let it be then. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for this dungeon. Maybe not quite, but we'll find out. So actually, I think there was one more split. Yeah, if we go left here. And actually, there might be another split back behind this, even. Turns to the right. Now, is this the door that we encountered earlier? No. Once again, okay. This place is bigger than I remember. There's more dudes in there. I'll tell you what, we're clocking in probably about an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We can fight these guys next time. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in episode 3. Bye now.